what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Again, if you're new here, my name's Dave. May the Schwartz be with you. To my returning subscribers, welcome back. Let's go ahead and get into it. So today I'm looking at an homage watch of the Panerai Luminor Marina. I believe the reference number for that is PAN 005, if I'm not mistaken. A little bit different because we have these subdials here, but everything else as far as measurements and the features, pretty much spot on. I did measure this out for you, so let's go ahead and get into that first. So we're looking at a case width of 44 millimeter. If we include the crown guard, it's going to put us right at 51. We got a lug to lug of 53. Actually doesn't wear as big as it sounds, however. And then the case thickness is coming in at 15.5. Now when we compare that to the actual Panerai, it's a 44 width, so same there. 53.3 lug to lug, so spot on there. And the Panerai is 13.7 millimeters thick, so a little bit thinner. This, to me, I've seen different websites. I believe on the one that has the tourbillon, it's like they say it's a Hardlex crystal. This, to me, just looks like glass, though. Kind of clever in the way that they put it on Amazon as like minty outer edge, but really, I think that greenish color is just coming from the glass itself. And they're just calling it minty, which, hey, I give them props for that, you know. Not really sure exactly if this is Hardlex or just glass. Looks like we got stainless steel case. It doesn't say if it's 316L stainless steel. It does have a crown guard here that locks down. Let me go ahead and zoom in on that for you. So just to kind of have some contrast, so you can see that the lever, which it's pointing down, but I believe on the Luminor it's pointing up, but basically that comes down and locks the crown in place. It is not a screw down crown, and it does not hack. So when we take the crown into the setting time position, second hand is still moving, so non-hacking. Now the hand does, in position 1, or I guess position 0, it does wind, so you can do a manual wind. When we look at the case back, got the movement there. Doesn't, again, say online which movement is being used here. It reminds me a lot of the Cartier Santos because it has these subdials in the exact same position, date of the week here, hours, and then date. And you can see that review up here if you're interested in that. The loom here, it's pretty bright initially, like coming from in the sunlight into a dark area. It just doesn't last. So the loom leaves some desire there. And we'll do an up close. I'm going to macro in on this so you can kind of see how it's applied. We'll look at the finishing on everything. So we're going to do a little bit more detailed review here now that I have my new lens for macro. The leather strap is actually kind of nice, more than I was expecting at this price point. So this is a 24 millimeter strap. It tapers down to 20 millimeters, but here at the base, it actually is 5 millimeters thick, and that even tapers down to 2.25 millimeters. So that's, you know, something I wasn't really expecting at this level. It feels really nice. It doesn't feel as cheap as some of the other straps that I've felt on homage watches. This one's actually pretty decent. The buttons here kind of work the same as on the prior Cartier Santos homage. So this is going to move our date of the week. It does go in reverse. And then the other subdial, let me go ahead and get this hand out of the way. So this one on the bottom button is going to move our date of the week. If I had the option, I would rather the companies keep these buttons off of the design, just make it a solid case, and then just omit these movements. I understand that they're there, but just make the face completely blank, and that would have been perfect. If we just saw just a nice clean dial with 12369, I would have been completely fine with that. If we could put sapphire on here or some actual legit super luminova, this watch could easily sell for much more, at least in my opinion. Now, the finishing on it is, yeah, that's where the money is saved, I want to say, is on the finishing. We'll get here. Let me macro in that and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. One thing that I do like on these sub dials is you can actually see it has this kind of, almost reminds me of like a vinyl record, the way that it has those grooves in there. And you can see the finishing on the hands, not the greatest, and then the loom being applied. So looks like everything is painted on there. It's not, these aren't standing out as far as the indices. Hang on, let me get a little closer there. So even this crystal, when we get this close and look at it, see all those little spots? I mean, this is cleaned. I've wiped this thing down like many times. So either that's on the inside, or that's just the way that glass is. It's kind of crazy. I do like that we have that reflective inner layer. It's pretty nice. We come over to the crown. I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as the finishing. So watch this. We pull out the little lever. It's just done very, it's not done at all, to be honest. Also, while we're here at the crown, it does not screw down, and there's no gasket, so that's why we're looking at 30 meters water resistance. There's no gasket or screw down feature. Now when we come over to the movement, this is where you're really going to see, I mean, look at this. It was like they didn't even clean it off. My goodness, it's bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it on the wrist and take a look and see how it wears. Again, I have a 7-inch wrist. It fits surprisingly well. It's big. It's a big watch, but it doesn't look as big on the wrist as when it's just in your hands when you're holding it. It feels great. Actually, this watch is pretty comfortable, and I've been wearing it quite a bit in the few days that I've had it, just to kind of break in that leather strap and get a feel for it. The one thing that I noticed, I do like some of this distortion, this angle. It's kind of cool. Just to kind of summarize again, $30 watch. I think it's even cheaper right now on Amazon, so I'll have the link down below if you want to purchase one and check it out yourself. Of course, that's an affiliate link, so that helps me out. So thanks for your support. And also, I just want to say a big shout out. We hit 100 subs, so awesome. I got my custom URL. Thank you so much, guys. Now on to 250 and then 500, and I'll incentivize that a little bit more. We'll be doing some watch giveaways and gift card giveaways and things along the way. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that. And just my initial impressions on this watch is it's definitely worth the money. Haven't had any issues with the movement, so I'll keep an eye on that. Put it in the watch winding box and see if it stops or has any problems. But so far, so good. I do plan on getting a time graph, so we'll actually check if this watch is running fast or slow, by how much, and kind of get a feel for how good is the movement on this particular watch. So that'll be an update video here in the future. But let me know what you guys think of this watch down in the comments below. What would you change about it? Do you plan on getting one? I'd love to hear all about it. And as always, I'll look forward to seeing you guys at the next one. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And y'all take care.